Hear me I say no long talking. This are easy chattings. Wink, wink, let's go. My EML family, welcome to another episode of Easy Chattingz. I don't know how we do it, we do it easy. Today, my guest is Kyle Brown. What go on, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, aka Minister D. Brown. Welcome to Easy Chattingz.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here, Moving from watching it on my phone to being here it's just such a great feeling, and I just want to say thank you.
Awesome, man, awesome. It's good to have you. Yes, but we don't waste no time now, so we'll get straight into it. Who is Kyle Brown?
All right, so Kyle Brown is a young man, love God, very passionate. I'm a husband. It feels so good to say that, I'm a
husband. Talk about that later, Go on.
Husband of one wife, I'm a recording gospel artist as well. I am currently 23 years old. 24 this year. What else?
That's
love God.
You love God. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, tell me a little bit about your upbringing. You know what I mean? Mom, dad, or brother. Tell me how it go.
All right, so I'm the youngest of two. I have an older brother, Carl Brown Jr.
Right.
in a KB drum shop.
But tell me, I'm going to have him for Easy Chattingz.
Yeah, man, I need to have him,
So Sir Carl, there's no Sir Carl.
This is a confirmation. But yeah, man, I'm the youngest of two. Grew up with mommy and daddy. And then they got separated when I was about, I think it's like 6 or 9.
Okay.
But then it's like having Carl around, having mommy around, and having daddy around is seeing them coming up very highly involved in church. So now anybody that knows me personally knows that I serve in church a lot.
Right.
So I believe I got it from them, because it's like you go to church, you're part of Sunday school choir, drama, ministry, you play the music, you sing everything. So it's like I've been highly involved in church from a child. Come up, see mommy singing, seeing her preach 1 and 2 times, see daddy as a preaching machine, and him directing the choir.
Because your daddy is a pastor.
Pastor, correct. Yeah.
All right, he's another pastor's child. You understand? I had Dexter last episode, and he's a pastor's child, and you're also a pastor's child. Right. So, all right. So you grew up around your parents and in the church. You're a pastor's child. What was that like? Did you feel any pressure?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's just that you go to church, and daddy he wasn't a pastor as yet when I was younger, and we were attending a particular church.
Okay.
When we went there, he was very involved in ministry. Played drums, direct choir. So it's like the playing of the instruments. I feel like it just came down to us. Because I wasn't taught. Carl wasn't taught.
What instrument do you play?
Drum as well.
Oh, you play drum just like it's a family drum as well. Okay.
So it's like after a while now, when daddy went over into the pastoral, I was in latter part of primary school going into high school. It's like the teacher them did expect enough from you. You get me? It's like you can't get no talking.
Right.
And them used to have this thing where them say, Pastor Pitney get enough trouble.
They always hear that.
They always hear that. And it's like I was just always being watched,
I get you.
But it's like at the end of the day, them just always expect you to be the one that should be doing good at all times,
right.
And just that one to always set example.
I get you. Fair enough, Fair enough. But question though, at what age did you accept Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior? Do you remember that time when you say,
actually remember
right? Tell me how that went.
I gave my life to Christ at age 7. Yeah,
7?
At age 7, when I was 7 years old. Church that I grew up in, Robert Apostolic, grew up in that church, and I remember the day Bishop B.S.C. Dyer preached a message. Don't know what the message about. I just know that I found myself walking down the altar, just crying. Funny enough, Carl was the one that carried me to the altar.
Oh, your brother carried to the...
So I have a man on my shoulder, and my daddy and me, I cry and me, I weep. And
wow.
I remember Bishop asking me, you want to be saved? I'm like, yes, Bishop, yes. We were crying. And, did what I was supposed to do. Got baptized, and about age 14 when I started to go to primary school, grade 6, high school, lost my way, and then at about 16, 17, when I was in the peak of my high school journey, according to the world, I recommitted my life to Christ when I started to attend Celebration Church.
Okay, awesome.
So
the Celebration Church played a very vital role in you recommitting your life. But so that period where you kind of went off track, what was it like? Was it more like peer pressure, high school life?
It was just really out of curiosity, literally. Just being a young boy, seeing things happening. I take public transportation, I hear dancehall music, and from a taller time, like I loved music. I did not know why I loved music this much. But then it's when I got older and I realized the musical connection in the family. Mommy sing, Daddy used to be a part of a trio, and then Carl playing music and drum and all of that. So it's like I loved music from a younger age. So the hip hop, the secular music, you hear it out there. I have my laptop or like a computer. You see them like a thing here, and you would go look for these music, listen to them, and then you end up have your favorite artist in the secular world. You start listening to these stuff, and like, I never really know nothing much.
If you know, I'm asking, who was the artist back then when you listened to artists?
Like my wife watching this is going to laugh, but back then we have like Idonia, Tommy Lee, Alkaline. When Alkaline did just come out. So like I always say this.
You're on the dark side of life. Man.
Dark side of life, And I always say this that if I was still in the way, know for sure, man, would I pack up a demon, man.
Yeah, pack up like thank God for Jesus, man.
I tell you, and so that was what life was like. It's really like age? I think at age 14, man, high school, the first time get exposed like to the whole like life of sex and every thing there. And again, it's just like it wasn't peer pressure. Peer pressure was never a part of it. Was never pressured by my brother or by my schoolmates or my teammates when I used to play football at school. It was just really out of curiosity. You're on the man, them talk, and you're like, what this is like, because them time there we are gallus, we have bag of woman at school, and you're like. Yeah, always the man that tell the story. What is this like? That's what it was about. But funny enough, I did not know. I always thought I was still a Christian. And it was actually same Celebration Church. They had this evangelism program back then where they sent the persons and they came to the home. And I remember one day they came to the house and Carl and I was at home. And I'm talking to them, they were like, you want to accept Christ? I say, yo, no, I want to save, man. And like, they pop the question, what you mean as save? I say, I believe in God, I say, I pray, I do devotion with mommy and them, like a thing there. I say, and then Carl look at me and Carl laugh. And Carl I say, yo, no, see. He was happy. And then that's when they allowed me to understand. And when I came to that light, it's like everything. But they just extremely uncomfortable after. And I'm like, I say, but me serve in a church and I say, I'm part of youth ministry and I say, what you mean? And they're like, no. And they read the scripture talking about being saved and then they express it to me and I'm like, okay. And then by the time I went a couple Sunday, now I'm telling the story, I'm actually realizing that how I got saved at age 7 is the same way I recommitted my life at 17, 16. Literally walking down the aisle, crying, nose knot, everything. And I remember I went and it's like, we did it. Prophet asked me, giving up, and I said, yes, sir. See him balling again.
The conviction.
And from there, it's just, it haven't been an easy journey, but from there, I haven't turned back, stick the journey, and we can all see the fruit of it now.
Glory to God, man. All right, so you're recommitted back at 16, 17.
Yes,
so in the, we would call it, say, 10, 12, 13, 14, them age, listen to the I don't, things but at 16, 17, recommitting back your life back to God now. What you do for music?
All right,
how that work now? Because you're still young youth.
So,
you understand?
So that is actually a very, it is, to me, very spiritual because I remember one night I left church, one Sunday night, and I was standing at the bus stop with mommy waiting on a vehicle to go home. And the Holy Spirit talked to me and I say, I felt so convicted. And anybody that knows me, knows that I'm a music guy. My phone full of music. Right now, my phone, concerts really on it. That is what I listen to as music, live music. I remember me have one little bangers where at the button you have to press for go down, and I remember going in the phone and the Holy Spirit say, "Oh, yeah, can't continue like this." And I just started to feel so. Yeah, it was before I really knew what the voice of God sound like.
Right.
So it was really the conviction.
The conviction.
So like you feel the conviction and you say, "This is what I feel to do." And when you do what you feel, quote unquote, feel for do, you feel the release. I remember I was there and go up on the phone at the bus stop, and the Holy Spirit I say, "Oh, conviction." I say, "Oh, delete." And I say, "Oh, really?" And I remember when I got home the night, in the kitchen with my mother, and me and mommy there talking. We talk about service, and then I just find myself take up the phone, go in at the settings, format SD card. I not even sit down and select.
Format, wipe everything.
Format SD card, everything I deleted. And I started my music journey all over. Took mommy phone, take out her memory card out of her phone, and put it in a them. So I did very technology savvy. So I put it in a something and then copy and paste and bring it over to my SD card.
So I
started mommy music now. You know, I skip through and you would have find what works for you.
Right.
And it's the same thing with the secular. You hear the music them out on the road. You see them on YouTube, you skim through, man. You find, because the truth is, and every song we ever like. You know, gospel are not, and because there are gospel music out there that not gonna tell you, say, I'm a big fan of it.
Right, totally.
You know, so I found what I loved and I started to listen to them. So even now with the whole thing of the gospel dance and gospel reggae, I can testify of it to say, DJ Nicholas, your music helped a lot. You know, and even when I always say to people, when I was younger, Souls Are Free for the Christmas. And when we used to, when we used to play on Love 101, I used to dance it every Christmas time. I used to look forward to hearing that song and Love. I used to dance it. It was when I got saved and I buck up back on the song. Realized Ryan Mark is one of my favorite artists, and I said, all right, then here we are. And I go bleed some Ryan Mark song because this is me love dancer and me love the hardcore dancer. So here we are. Me realized that I had to find the hardcore DJs in gospel.
Right.
Find them, find your music, find. So I said, wait, now this is the song. I said, I remember that song. And I just did not know who the artist was. I just know what it sounded like and the little Christmas bell them in it. I remember it vividly. And when I hear it back, is that every time I hear it, I remember being a young child. Because mommy left the radio upon Love, like, mother thinks I should buy the radio with Love pan it. Because that radio did not change, you know. They don't only know the radio could have changed. When, like, if light go away and it come back, I need to find the frequency. Right. And it would have go back on Love. You know, go back on Love. Or when I walk through the house and look at frequency, you have the frequency crossing over. And they would have hear a next radio station play. Right. And yeah, man, that's all. Some, you know, I call first me to get up and change the radio. One day, mommy go over the weekend and them change the radio. And I said, okay. And then I come used to follow him, I used to change the radio, change it. And you know, so by a certain time, you know, so when mommy come in, make sure you go back for your remote. And you make sure you learn how to change it on the remote and on the radio. Because if you can't find the remote, the battery them there, you can't save yourself. Right. You know, so yeah, man, I grew up hearing Love straight through. So Love really helped me find songs that me did like.
Okay, awesome. So you basically find the alternative in DJ Nicholas, myself, and I'm sure Prodigal, Gotti,
exactly.
all of them. Okay, awesome. You see, guys, gospel reggae have it place, you know?
It have it place.
You understand?
Sure.
All right, so you grew up in the church, you play drums,
yes, sir.
Right? You recommit back your life at 16, 17 to Jesus. You start listening gospel reggae. Yeah. How did you become a vocalist now? Because this is how we get to Minister D. Brown. Because we don't know the artist thing going on. My name is Ryan Mark Reynolds, but my artist name is Ryan Mark. This is Kyle Brown, but his stage name is what? Minister D. Brown. So how did you get interested? Did you know that you had a vocal talent to DJ?
No. Big up to Prophet Michael Carter every single time. He's the one that pointed it out to me.
How did that happen?
So, funny enough, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm going to let it be known. Carl is actually very good, like talent-wise and vocally, he's very talented. So I remember when we just moved to Portmore Mall, the youth ministry was doing something, and we were doing Revolution by Kirk Franklin.
Okay.
And Carl was the one that led that song.
As in what? Vocally?
Vocally, yeah, man. He was the Kirk Franklin.
You never hear Carl vocally yet?
him hide it a lot. Yeah, man.
Sir Carl, we'll find you out, we'll find you out.
So, remember the day, man, him in him jacket and him thing and him is a drama, man. People see the very calm side of him when they come on to music. Like, if you watch him keenly on the drum, you will see certain things come out. But, man, him is a drama, man. So, him now put on him jacket and him come out and me never have no time. Me never go up on the drum go play. So, me go play Revolution and thing, and then Christmas came around. I think it was 2017 Christmas, or same 2016 year Christmas. 2016 Christmas. We had a Christmas production at church, and the youths were supposed to do a piece. That video is actually on YouTube. So we were there, and I remember Prophet said him loved the rendition and how we put a little oomph on the Kirk Franklin song. So I remember when we were there meeting, and we did the rehearsal, and we were doing Mary Did You Know, the pentatonic song, and I remember saying to the youth director at the time, I say, Auntie Mel, I say, sir, say did love, so we put in like a youthful vibe. I say, make we put in something youthful now. And
in a Mary Did You Know?
Yeah, man, and then of course, because I'm me go suggest it now, I had to be the one that came up with the idea.
That is right.
So,
that is right.
At the time, Lucas Music was there at the time helping out. Because he was a good friend of somebody in the space. And we did it, and we come up with a little dancehall version, and we scribble up something, and then we practice it. And I remember the Sunday now, when a time for execute, I tell the Prophet, I don't know where the energy comes from. Me used to know somebody who went back, and I said, I'm going to start. I don't know, the entrance it was here, and then by the time you come and bring it up, so I must bring it up and then just cut again. So even in my bio, my artist bio, part of it says I was the Kirk Franklin of my era for a season. Because when I found out that I actually had a vocal talent or a gift, I'm going to start work it. They started to give me more things to do in church, and I'm going to start work it. I'm going to say, hold on. Micah was having Chilevin was having an event in 2019, Lit Praise. I remember saying to Carl was playing, and I say, yo, because I call him Junior, because he's actually a junior. So me call him, I say, yo, Junior, I say, you think, I feel like more reach out to Micah for ask him for an opportunity. And I'm going to say, yo, go. I say, the most I can get is a no.
Is a no, right.
And I remember I link Micah, and I say, yo, bro. No, Carl linked Micah and say, yo, bro, my brother say, Riante. And Micah say, oh, for sure, man, sure. Them time Micah don't know who me be, but Micah just give me an opportunity. And I remember them time they may do my first set of songs were Alpha Omega, your song. Cover Me by Randall Positive and Soar.
And Soar, okay.
And remember I chose Alpha and Omega because it was the DJing in it. I could manage. Cover Me, treat it like Kirk Franklin. I nobody sing much in night, touch on Lego. And that's what really happened. So the Christmas production come, 2016, realized, wait, you have views, man. Move from there, Prophet say, yo, man of God, nourish it, man. And I remember him saying to me, after I released Eagles, he said to me that if I take it serious, them time your coffee just bust. Him say, if I take it serious, him say, see where me and Coffee have to go share a stage.
Wow.
And he was one of the outsider family members. He was one of the first outsiders when we can say really did like believe in me and did like they behind me and push me in the back, like, you know, when somebody are pushing in the back, I say, you want to go do something. He was that person. And up to this day, he's still that person.
Wow.
And it's like, I just work his encouragement and I use it to fuel me. And then started to study my craft, started to study who am I in Christ, started to study what I love. And I'm a strong believer and if you have a talent, use it for glorify God.
Use it for glorify
so
God.
That is why I know I literally do everything.
You hear that, guys? That's big. If you have a talent, use it to glorify God.
Yeah,
but you talk about Prophet Michael Carter and him just pushing you. Question is, how important is it to be a part of a church that your pastor actually believes in your gifting? All
right. So something I always say is when we think about a community, you know, like having a community within itself is like having persons around, you know, and just think about how many house is in a community. So think about where they live in a housing scheme, ghetto, wherever. Just think about the community. And those houses, and just imagine those persons supporting you. Imagine having at least 5 houses where you can go to and say, yo, may I go through so and so, pray with me through this. Or may I go through so and so. Like, could you explain this in the Bible for me? Right. Like, or you slip up, you want advice for reason with, or somebody to reason with, you can go to somebody. So having a church community is very important.
Very important.
You know, having a pastor that believes in you is a blessing. It's a blessing. Like, I can tell you that. Because we grew up seeing in church where you just see the pastor up on the pulpit alone. You know, see him preach, whatever, after you not see him back till Sunday, or you not see him till midweek service. But having a pastor or a leader that you can reach out to on social media and say, such and such, I am doing this, and him say, you have my blessing, you have my encouragement, and it make you know, say, yo, I believe in you. Son, do this. Go feet, man. Don't make nobody stop you, whatever. It is like, I would say, like, it is more than a blessing, because I know a lot of persons are out there and them can't relate to it. You know, them serving at church and stuff, and I count it a joy to know that I have a connection with my pastor, not only like serving or stuff, but even as a spiritual father where I can message him and say, I would need advice on this, I'm doing such and such, you know. So yeah, it is. And that's good. And I
want to also point out something to you too, because what I appreciate about what you're saying is that when you believe God is saying something to you, or you have an idea, you reach out to your pastor.
Yes.
And that's big. Because that's what also forged that relationship. Because sometimes people come to church and they have the things and they don't mention nothing to them pastor, you know.
Trust me. So like,
you understand? So when you can reach out to your pastor and say, sir, I'm doing this, and I'm just asking for your blessing.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That's a big deal.
If I'm going to the shop on Sunday and I can't make it to church, I message Prophet. Prophet won't be. Like Sunday, I had to leave because I had work. And I get up from around the drum and go around the back and leave through the back door, and I message him and I said, Prophet, I had to step out because of work engagement.
Wow.
In answer, I don't. If I'm going somewhere to preach on a Sunday, can't make it on church. The moment I get that confirmation that that I need to go somewhere to preach, yeah man, I message him, send him an email. Prophet, such and such reached out, I'll be going to this church with the address, lead pastor name, and I won't be able to be in church on Sunday. Wow. Yeah, man. That is me, man.
That's very commendable. Yes. All right. So, well, you know what I mean, Prophet Michael encouraged you, right, to do the music and to believe in yourself. Now, we know that I call it your hit single, Eagle, right? How did that song? The Eagle is the title of it?
The title of it, correct.
Right. How did the Eagle come about?
All right. It was serving in church on the sound team, in the sound booth at church, same Portmore Mall, and church was keeping a conference called Eagles Conference. Okay. And I just remember leaving one of the nights and just heading home. And funny enough, the flow or how Eagle is sung now, that is not how it was written. Literally, that was not how it was written. I found the old file in my phone the other day. So whenever this comes out, I'll definitely put that on Instagram, what it sounded like before. But yeah, that song was put on that song was about 3 years old when it was released, because I wrote it down in the book.
3 years?
Yeah, like literally. Because same 2017, I wrote that song after the Eagles conference, and it was just there, you know, just there, not knowing anything about recording music, such and such. And then 2019, in the midst of COVID, I remember Lucas Music reached out to me. Now telling this story, realizing that he was there at the beginning and he actually helped me to start, because remember, Lucas was there in 2016 when we were doing the rehearsal, but I did not know him at the time. Right. And then he reached out to me in 2019 and said, hey, I don't swing cross on the block. And I remember the night. Remember that morning, me even last, guys, I go last. I try to find Lucas' house. And last, and found it. And Lucas put me and Lucas in the room, and he has a home studio. So in the room, and him say, oh, all right, then what you have? And I say, oh, this is the song them I have. And him say, here, yeah, him say, you have an idea of anything you want to record? And I said, no, I just come with an open mind, because I reached out to him saying to him that I wanted to learn from him.
Okay.
Like, because I knew that he did his home studio stuff. I say, I just want to learn the craft. I just come in, I just want to learn the craft. I want to learn about the industry, the do's and the don'ts, any tips, any advices. And that's how when he was free one day, he sent me the message. He say, yo, you can come swing across on the block. I down. Went over there and he just put me in front of him laptop. He say, yo, see the laptop, and I say, them are the rhythm. Pick a rhythm. And him just step out and go do something. And he just left me in the room. And I'm there and I choose and couldn't find a rhythm. And at the same tree rhythm, I said, and like me in the room, I start fret. Because I say, yo, I can't come so far, can't get the opportunity and go home and nothing to do.
Right,
and I said, God, what am I going to do? I remember, like, the one rhythm I play and like, yes, then every rhythm I touch upon, Prophet, like I skip through the book. I sing every song. I remember I reached on the last rhythm where Eagles up and now I'm book up on Eagles. And I say, hold on. I say, you have to be an eagle in life. You have to be, I say, man, find it, man. so me start, before Lucas come back, and it was so divine because by the time he find it and run through it one time, I say, hey man, I eat this. Lucas come back in the room and say, you find nothing? And I say, yeah man. And I say, hey man, I'm ready. And him time, I don't know nothing. And Lucas set up and I have the headphone over me and I saw me a dance. And I sing. And then I say, no, you can't move so much and I sing because it will come out in something.
Right.
And he taught me, all right, you be composed when you sing, you reserve some of the energy so that when you go live, you can get it all and so.
Right.
And record Eagles, he mixed and mastered everything free of cost.
Lucas
he not charge me for the
wow, big up Lucas. That's a good seed son, man.
So I always have to tell people, say, no matter where Lucas did in life, as long as I sang the road and I run, I always have to big him up.
Wow.
And he also assisted me with it. I think it was an I had a collaboration to do when I did my first collab. He's up there, I'm go record it.
Who you did the collab with?
Sherwin, music. He's a producer.
Right,
pastor,
I know he's a producer. Right, okay.
So he had an album coming out, and it was me working the advice Prophet gave me that he said, market yourself because you don't have a team now and nobody's going to advertise you for you. You have to do it yourself. I saw Sharon made a post saying he's doing an album, anybody interested in doing a collab. So of course me at myself. So me say Minister D Brown is ready and him DM me. Give me the song, say yo, put in this right when I write. I'm call Lucas, I'm say yo bro, opportunity come up, such and him say alright then, swing cross. I'm go there, and me and him link up and record and drop it.
Nice. So how many songs do you have out now in all?
Currently in all I have one that I in all honesty there are three, but I only recognize Eagles because it is the only song I believe is carries the quality that I appreciate.
Okay.
The other two were done. They're still there, but Eagles is the only song I really push.
Okay.
And so forth. So other songs, as I said, right now on platforms and on streaming platforms, I would say I have 2 singles and 1 collab.
2 singles and 1 collab. So you have anything new in the pipeline?
Yeah, man, for sure. May the 24th. May the 24th.
May the 24th.
Yeah, just put it in your calendar. Just, May the 24th. Just put that there, sir.
It's alright. Me get a prep slice, May I tell you, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot. So May the 24th, you're going to release that track?
May the 24th, that song will be released.
Okay, yes. And you don't want to tell him the title? You want to keep that little bit? I just tell him, say, here I go. When you go to toll booth, make sure...
just make sure you
have money when you go to toll booth. Alright, make sure you have money when you go to toll booth.
Make sure you have money when you go to
toll booth. Yeah, man, don't keep it there, so.
Hey, one more uno want. Not easy Chattingz was say, man. That was easy. Hear me I say now. Until next time. Wink, wink.